somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to this. This is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by just Franke this week. Checking in, Jake is not here. He did mow his lawn. So apparently when you start becoming older, you get real chores to do around the house, and that is why Tubbs is not here this week. So I am taking over. We are going to have a pretty quick episode. Not too much to talk about this week. Start off with some locks and long shots, do Immaculate grid real quick, and then we will discuss the U.S. Open. Since Jake is not here to shut me down on my golf prep, I will try and give you guys as much as I have, and then a quick little MLB talk. So starting things off, locks and long shots. Jake's locks, he is 16 and 18. Still got Scooble for the Cy Young Open at minus 115. I'm trying to check. Let's see what those futures are right now. Maybe. Futures, player futures. AL Cy Young. Tarek Scooble is minus 182 best odds. So odds are getting better and better each week. Chat GPT record all time 6-7. Jake's record versus Chat GPT is 8-5. Last week, Jake had the Tigers money line versus the White Sox on Tuesday. Best team in baseball, my ass. Tigers lost 8-1 to the White Sox. Should mention they also lost 2-3 to the White Sox that series, so tough look for them. Chat GPT last week had the Twins minus 1.5 at the Athletics. Twins won 10-3. Easy win there for ChatGPT, making up some ground on Jake. For his long shots, ChatGPT all-time is 2-10. Looks rough. Still open. Jake's got the Knights, the Golden Knights, to sign Mitch Marner at plus 550. He has not signed anywhere yet, so that is still open. Last week, Jake had the Dodgers minus 1.5 versus the Mets on Tuesday. They won 6-5, obviously not covering that 1.5 run line. So lost there. ChatGPT had the chalk Aaron Judge to hit a dinger at plus 180. Surprisingly, he did not last Tuesday. So a loss there for ChatGPT as well. My locks and long shots. Locks, I am 29 and 24. Still open. We have the Thunder minus 2.5 games. Not too worried about this one right now. I think that they could kind of gentleman sweep them here off of losing the first game and then picking up that game to win. It's still early, but I think the Thunder might have just been sleeping there a little bit for that first one. I think this could easily be 4-1 Thunder. So then kind of correlating with that, we had the Thunder Pacers under 5.5 games. Not much to say. Like I said, it's still early. It's 1-1. Thunder looked like they were asleep the first game. Well, at least for the fourth quarter, I should say. But yeah, I still think this finishes 4-1. Puts us at 5 games. That's a win there. So last week, we had Schwarber, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs on Tuesday. He went 0 for 5. So tough loss there. And then we had Zach Gallen under 17.5 outs. He'd been coming off a rough stretch and went out and just fired seven innings. So another loss there, 0-2 on the locks last week. This week, I'm going to stick to another outs prop. We're going to take Dylan Cease under 16.5 outs. Going up against the Dodgers, Dylan Cease kind of in the same category as Zach Gallen this year. Could be an ace, but he just hasn't lived up to it. So we will take Dylan Cease under 16.5 outs against the Dodgers on Tuesday. And then a little bit of a golf bet. I'll take Bryson round 1 over 71.5. This is minus 125. I'll get into it a little bit as far as the U.S. Open and who I think kind of has a chance here, but I think Bryson's going to be up there. But based on the forecast, we're looking at potential rain for Thursday. The course is very difficult, probably the most difficult to play all year. Shooting a par is probably a good thing. And 71 is 1 under, so he needs to shoot 1 under par to hit the under here. I'll take the over. Hopefully he just shoots par and we're good. We're out of there. So Bryson over 71.5 in round 1 on Thursday. For my long shots, 14 and 56. Somebody put the hotline number up. Last week we had Jack Caglione. Jack Cags, I'll just say. Dinger Tuesday, plus 650. It was his debut game. Did not. I will say he put one in play. I believe it was 112 to right center field. Got robbed at the wall. Probably would have been a double, but hasn't done much yet. He looks okay. Lost there anyways. Went 0 for 4 on dingers last week, by the way. PCA dinger, loss. Yelich dinger, loss. And then Torque we had for a dinger on Saturday to keep his Saturday streak alive. Did not hit a dinger, so lost there as well. This week, I'm just going to throw out 3 dinger picks. I haven't finished up my research on the U.S. Open, so I'm not going to take any winners there yet. For dingers, I will take Josh Naylor. I have this boosted to plus 950. I believe it's around plus 630. And then we'll take Hunter Goodman in Coors plus 350. And then Wilmer Flores, Dinger Tuesday, plus 430, also in Coors. So hopefully you guys can get some of those in and ride along with us. Let's hop on over to the Immaculate Grid. See how we can do. Tubbs has kind of had his way here. He's had to do it by himself recently. So see if I can prove my knowledge. I'm going to start on baseball because that is my sport. Got across the top the Pirates, the Braves, and then played left field minimum of 1 game. And then down along the side, we have the Kansas City Royals, the Washington Nationals, and 30-plus home run season. All right, I think Royals, Braves, I'm going to go Jorge Soler. Seems pretty chalky. Yep, 18%. Pirates and Royals. I think Jason Kendall works here. Jason Kendall. Yep. Okay, perfect. 5%. Pirates Nationals. I think Josh Bell. Yes, we're going to try Josh Bell there. Josh Bell's on the Nationals. Yeah, he definitely played. Ooh. See, but Josh Bell could be used for that 30-homer season probably. Let's come back to that. Played left field, 30 home run season. Let's do my favorite, Ryan Braun. Easy category, 2%, not bad. Played left field, Nationals. Let's go James Wood, current left fielder for the Nationals, 6%. Played left field, Kansas City. MJ Melendez, maybe? I don't know if he played left field. Drew Waters is there now. That's actually probably a good pull. He's not a full-time player. Let's do Drew Waters. By the way, I only know Drew Waters because I've been using him in DFS a lot. 1%. Perfect. Braves, Nationals. Braves 30-plus home run season. I mean, we could go Acuna, we could go Austin Riley, we could go probably David Justice, Hank Aaron. Let's try Austin Riley. 3%. Wow. I suppose there's a lot there, so. Pirates 30 home runs. I think I kind of want to use Josh Bell here. I think it was his rookie year that he had 30. Josh Bell, 2%. Oh, I probably could have used Roberto Clemente or McCutchen. Shit. Okay. We got Braves Nationals and Pirates Nationals left. Pirates Nationals. Got to be like a Brewer, right? That played for both. Ramos Ramirez? No. G-Man Choi. Chase Anderson? Chase Anderson might be a good shout. Ooh, Braves Nationals. Mike Soroka. I think you might go, yeah, Michael. 2%. Okay. This is a really good fucking board right now. I really got to figure out this Pirates Nationals. There's got to be a big name. Like Jim Tomei didn't ever get to the Pirates, right? Oh, man. Brad Hand? K-Rod? Camilo Duvall? Oh, K-Rod kind of sounds right. Oh, man. I really should have used Josh Bell there. Oh, Francisco Liriano. I think Liriano might have. Cordero might have also. Let's try Liriano. That's a brutal choke. I had that one. Aroldis Chapman going down left to right. We'll go Aroldis Chapman was the chalk. Josh Bell was the chalk for Pirates Nationals. Willie Stargell. Yep. Jorge Soler, Marquise Grissom, Chipper Jones, Alex Gordon, Bryce Harper, Barry Bonds. Let's see Pirates Nationals. Share this tab instead. Moises Alou. Josh Bell. Yep. Marlon Byrd. That would have been a good one. Matt Capps. There's some deep names in here. Corey Dickerson. Wilmer Defoe. I wish I remembered where that dude all played because he feels like he's a great pull on half these teams. For some reason, I was thinking Gio Gonzalez. Did Gio Gonzalez ever do it? Adam LaRoche. That would have been a good one. Mike Maddox. He only had 8 games with the Pirates. Jordy Mercer. What a name. Niger Morgan. I can't believe I forgot Niger Morgan. That's my guy, T Plush. Oh, man. That hurts. Okay. It should have been Niger Morgan. All right, let's go over to football. I have a bad feeling about this one. Football is not my strong suit when it comes to the grid. All right. Across the top, Raiders, Steelers, recorded an interception. Down along the side, we got Cardinals, Patriots, and Bills. Easiest column here. Recorded an interception. I think I just kind of want to go chalk here, see if we can get as many as possible. So let's go Bills, interception, Micah Hyde. Micah Hyde. Patriots. Let's go Stephen Gilmore. And Cardinals, interception. Let's go Buddha. Buddha Baker. Seems pretty chalky. Okay. Cardinals, Raiders. Ooh, Raiders, Patriots. Jimmy G. Good. Bills, Raiders. Bills, Steelers. Patriots, Steelers. Cardinals, Steelers feels like Minka. No, shit. Where was Minka? Dolphins, Steelers. I thought he was somewhere else. Oh, is that Tyrann Mathieu that I'm thinking? Tyrann Mathieu? No. All right. Okay. Cardinals, Raiders, Cardinals, Steelers. Steelers, Patriots. Steelers, Bills. Raiders, Bills. David Johnson ever get on any of these teams off the Cardinals? No. What about Le'Veon Bell? Le'Veon Bell went to a lot of teams. Chiefs, Jets, Steelers. Oh, James Conner for Steelers Cardinals. James Conner. Yep. Okay, we got 2 left. Let's get at least 7 here, maybe. Josh Gordon. Did he ever get on the Bills or the Cardinals? I don't know if he ever would have played. I kind of want to try Josh Gordon for Cardinals. No, that's not right. Fuck it. No, that's not right. One more. Steelers, Patriots. I feel like there's a big name there. There's a tight end. Oh, what is his name? There's a name. Steelers, Patriots. I don't know. Man, Fitzy would have never even gotten any of these teams either. Bills, yes, but no Raiders, no Steelers. Damn. Wide receivers. Randall Cobb ever get on any? No. Greg Jennings, no. Hines Ward, Steelers. I don't know, man. I do not know. I'm just going to throw out Hines Ward, get it over with so we can look at it. Bad. Carson Palmer. Yep. Raiders, Cardinals, Carson Palmer. Mitch Trubisky, Steelers, Bills. Marshawn Lynch, Raiders, Bills. AB, Steelers, Patriots. Duh. That was bad. I don't even want to look at that. All right, well, that does a grid. That was rough. Hopefully we get Jake back next week. And I don't have to do that alone. So, yeah, that was rough. U.S. Open prep. So, U.S. Open is this week. If you are not aware, it is being held at Oakmont Country Club in, I believe it is in Pennsylvania. Not 100% sure what that. So first off, I want to kind of go over the course details before I dive into it. Like I said, I haven't finished my research on it. I kind of have an idea where I want to go with the betting on this. Kind of like my group of players, I think, stand a chance, but nothing confirmed yet. So for the course, this is going to be a extremely tight course. This is the most difficult course that these golfers will see most likely all year. For starters, the fairways are extremely tight. You're looking at like 20 to 25 yard wide fairways. The most generous landing zone, I don't remember what hole it's on, is like 55 yards wide, which is not very wide at all, and that's only one hole. And then on top of being extremely narrow and extremely tight, it is also extremely long. There is one par 3 here that will play 300 plus yards. I know during the practice rounds there are guys playing out driver. There's no reason that a par 3 on a PGA course should be requiring a driver. It feels ridiculous, and honestly quite stupid to me. It just feels like it takes a lot out of the game. And then on top of that, if you're missing the fairways, which are extremely narrow, the rough is sitting 5 to 6 inches long. I'm sure most of you guys, if you're listening to my US Open prep, you've seen on social media or heard about the rough over at Oakmont and how long it is and how guys are literally dropping a ball in the rough and losing it. It's going to be extremely hard. And if you're missing the fairway, it's going to lead to a lot of guys just punching out and laying up and then just adding on strokes. But don't worry, it gets harder there. So not only are the fairways extremely narrow and extremely long, the rough is extremely deep and extremely hard to get out of. And then you get to the green, and you're like, well, maybe it'll get a little bit easier. A little, maybe, because the greens are huge. But they're filled with undulation and runoffs. So good luck staying on the greens. You can get on them, but you're probably not staying on them. And then on top of that, they're also surrounded by bunkers. There's approximately 150 bunkers throughout this course, not just greenside. There's also a lot of fairway bunkers as well, which just adds to the pain and the heartbreak that this course is going to bring this week. And not only do they not put the bunkers aren't at an area where it's easy to outdrive them. You can't outdrive the trouble here. It's right in the landing zone. So if you're going to go for it, you are driving straight into risk. If you're going to try and avoid it, you're laying up and then playing an extremely long course that much longer. So hopefully you understand how hard this is going to be for guys. I mean, I'm expecting a very high cut line and scores probably being close to par. And it's also supposed to rain earlier in the week. So that rough that is extremely hard already is going to get even thicker. I'm expecting Thursday and Friday golf to just be disgusting. We may see like 2 guys under par, if that. For us standard folk, if we were going to go out there and play and you said, you know what, I'll just drive for the other fairways, play off other fairways. If I'm going to miss, I'll just miss way off. No, there's ravines surrounding almost every hole as well. So can't really miss anywhere. It's either you play it straight down the middle or you're fucked pretty much. So who do I think is going to play well? Throw it all out. Throw it all out. Nobody's safe here. If there's a group of guys that I think are going to play well, it's going to be your guys with your high club speed, high club head speed, guys that if you're stuck in the rough can get out easier because you have a higher club speed. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to good things, but it's better. I mean, you can cut through 6-inch rough a lot easier when you have 125 mile an hour club head speed. So, also guys that are known for bogey avoidance. You look at Scotty. Scotty does not bogey. That is going to be good here. He plays it safe when he needs to. He goes for it when he can. Guys that aren't going to necessarily take all the risks. So, and then other guys that I think play well here are going to be guys that are good at lag putting. It's like you're putting on glass here, from what I've heard. And if you can put it close, you're going to get a ton of long putts. With the size of the greens, there's a green that is, I believe it is 8,500 square feet. That's a massive, massive house. So if you can putt it and put it close from your really long first putt and not hit it way past and not leave it 20 yards short, you're giving yourself a fighting chance here. And then last but not least, I think it's going to be either your very accurate golfers or your guys that are really good at scrambling. So I don't have a ton of names on that yet. I really have only gotten to the top of the board so far, and what I think we're really either going to see the top of the board or a random long shot who gets extremely lucky. It is going to be a battle of attrition. Who can outlast everybody, suck less than everybody else for the rest of the week. I think it was in 2017, the winner was 4 over. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that again. We can just start off at Scotty right on the top. Scotty's been Scotty. I mean, what can you say? He's won 2 of his last 4 events. He's best tee to green golfer in the world still, and he avoids bogeys. That's one of the main things that I think is going to play well here. The one thing I would be worried about is his putting is kind of regressing back to being an average putter again. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's better than what he was at the beginning of last year before he made the putter switch. But it's not the Scotty that we'd seen for the end of last year, early of this year, even a little bit, with him putting just insanely good. He's not a world beater when it comes to putting, so I would be a little bit worried about that. But still, there's never a bad bet in taking the top guy, the best golfer in the world, to win a major. So my other one that I want to look at is Bryson. Like I said, I'm just kind of looking at the top of the board right now. 5 of his last 6 majors, he's finished top 6. And one of those was a win. And it was the U.S. Open. So it obviously wasn't the same course. But he showed up in the majors. And that's something that I would like to bet on. And then obviously Bryson's known for his insane clubhead speeds. I think from what I heard from Rick Run Golf, that's who I've kind of been listening to, getting some of my research through. He had stated that last year at Winged Foot, I believe. His clubhead speed was 120. He is now up to 125. That will play very well out of the rough here. And then he's also killing the Live Tour. So yes, it is the Live Tour, and it is only 54 holes, and you're not playing 4 full rounds. And we've seen that come back to bite Bryson here already once in a major. But he's still playing high caliber golf. And I think when the lights get brightest, as we've seen, he's still going to step up, and he's still going to play his game. I wish I knew his accuracy numbers and what his fairways looked like. I'm pretty sure he's still a pretty accurate golfer. So I think Bryson, out of Scotty and Bryson would probably be my first bet. Like if I had to pick one, gun to my head, Scotty or Bryson this week, I'd probably pick Bryson. Could bite me. Oh well. But I do like Bryson this week, at least probably for a top 10. Like I said, throw everything out. No one's safe. So I don't want to put a lot on this major. It's going to be gross, and Saturday, Sunday is probably going to be a complete shit show, to be honest with you. But I like what Bryson's been doing. I've said it before. I've shifted my tone on Bryson. Maybe. And then Rory. We have to talk about Rory. Um, Hoping to have his driver figured out. I saw a video today, had a press conference, and they asked him, "Have you figured out your driver?" He said, "Yep, yep, I know what I'm using." They said, "What are you using?" He said, "A TaylorMade." And they said, "Okay, what model?" He said he kind of just sat there, smiled, laughed, and said, "You'll just have to come out to the driving range and see." So apparently, he has it figured out. I don't believe it. Um, I'm a little worried for the driver. He's also lost strokes on approach in his last three. Probably not a good course to be negative on your approach game. So I don't love Rory. He is plus 1,200 on DraftKings, which is quite appealing. Considering I believe that's like sixth off the board, which for the second best golfer in the world in a major to be sixth off the board on DraftKings, I would take that. I would take that. So, um, we know when Rory has his driver on, he's a great driver, huge distance. Accuracy is a little scary, but if we just go back to what I said, who's going to play well? High club head speed, he's got it. Bogey avoidance, he can. Probably not as good as Scotty, but he can do it. Leg putting, yeah. Accurate, so. Scrambler, yeah. Good scrambler. Probably the second best player in the world right now. So, love the top of the board. And then the last one, Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm stays killing the Live Tour as well. It's pretty much Bryson and Jon Rahm. We know Jon Rahm's club head speeds are amazing. He is a great bogey avoidance golfer. Good at lag putting, I think. Don't have enough data on that. I don't watch Live, so I wouldn't really know. Honestly, I think his swing plays well here. He has that very short swing. Um, I think that probably plays well here if he's in the rough. So my top four, probably the top four off the board: Scotty, Bryson, Rory, Jon Rahm. I think we get a winner out of that four, or we're all the way at the bottom with somebody who's going to get extremely lucky. Maybe a Ben Griffin. He's been hot. I don't know what his club head speeds are, but he's playing hot. Siwoo Kim. Shout out Jake for not taking my advice. Siwoo Kim in his majors draft. He ended up taking Harris English, I think. Keegan Bradley. Disgusting. No, I mean, Siwoo Kim, the chef. How do you not take Siwoo? Who else here? Ben On, maybe? I don't. Phil, somebody that's got experience. I really don't like Phil, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a guy like Nick Dunlap or a. I'm just scrolling through the odds. I don't recognize any of these names once we get to the bottom. Looks like it's going to be a huge field, which is at least nice. A lot of golfers. Probably going to get a lot of big names making the cut. And then also a lot of these no names are really going to drag down that cut line. So the last note I do want to make on the U.S. Open. I want to keep an eye on Colin Morikawa. Also towards the top of the board. But there was a video that came out. I don't remember where it came from. Apologies. They were asking, would you rather take even par and stay in the clubhouse or play the weekend at Oakmont? And everybody said, I will easily take even par, go back to the clubhouse. Except for one, Colin Morikawa. He said, no, I'll go out and play. So, confident. I love it. And I've seen some of his putting this week. It looks phenomenal. He made a probably honestly like a 50-foot putt from off the green in one of his practice rounds. Granted, it's practice, doesn't mean anything. But Colin's a big name guy that can get it done whenever he needs. So if he can clutch up, I like him. But so that's what I've got for the U.S. Open. Hopefully, I will have more research out that I can maybe put out a full board of bets. Coming probably today when you're listening to this on Wednesday. Hopefully, I can get some stuff out. But and then some real quick MLB stuff. I'm going to talk about my team since I already talked about Jake's team and how they lost 2 of 3 to the White Sox. Wouldn't be my team. I could not imagine 2 of 3 to the White Sox. But the Brewers, I mean, I said last week that we were on the 8-game win streak. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-game win streak. We ended up losing. Played 50-50, 500 ball since then. Tough series with the Padres. Lost 2 of 3. One was a 2-0 loss. One was a 1-0 loss. Not too butthurt about that, to be honest with you. Lost the Braves last night 7-1. Rough. I've been talking about how our hitting sucks. Still does. And how we suck at promoting prospects because Jacob Misiorowski was in the minors. If you're listening closely, yes, I did say was. We did it. He's coming up. The Brewers have finally listened to this podcast, and they took my advice. They're calling up Jacob Misiorowski the best pitching prospect in the league. Just my opinion. He's pitching Thursday. I'm excited. I am super excited. I think he's going to go out there Thursday against the Cardinals, no less, too. A team that is leading us in the division by a game and a half right now. We're all duking it out for that top spot, trying to make the playoffs as the division leader. What better game to come out and have your debut than against a division rival, Jacob Misiorowski. So super excited for that. Hopefully the Brewers can get another nice long win streak here. Oh, I didn't even mention Brandon Woodruff. Brandon Woodruff news. Yeah, not a fun year for Brandon Woodruff. Recovering from a shoulder capsule surgery. Goes on a couple rehab starts. Last rehab start out. Injures his ankle. They put him back on the IL for ankle tendonitis. That's fine. Gets shut down for like a week. Goes back out. Has 2 more rehab starts. In his last rehab start, gets hit with a 108-mile-an-hour line drive back in his throwing elbow. So, shut down again. Has not pitched since late 2023. It has been a rough start to the year for Brandon Woodruff. I just want to see this guy get healthy. I'm very scared that he's not going to be a Brewer next year, especially with us having the rookies that we have between Jacob Misiorowski, Logan Henderson, Chad Patrick. I think part of the reason why we're bringing up Misiorowski now is to see what we have in him before the deadline. That way we can deal some pitchers away for some potential bats because Joey Ortiz and Caleb Durbin are not getting it done on the left side of the infield. Been below average fielders too, so that doesn't help at all. But yeah, I'm hoping that these rookies can show us that they've really got something and we can move somebody. Hopefully it's not Freddie and hopefully it's not Woodruff, but we got to get some bats. And if that means moving a guy like that, then that's what we have to do. So that's all I've got for this week. Don't think I'm missing anything. No, I don't think so. Tubbs will be back next week. Not sure if we'll have me or not. I'm traveling to Charlotte. I'm hoping that I will be here for Tuesday. If not, enjoy Tubbs. I may make a pop-in from the vehicle, depending on where I'm at that point. But with that, let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties, and we will see you next week. Peace.